Okay, we'll have a moment of silent meditation and pledge to the flag. Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'll call this meeting of the Monongalia County Commission to order. Let the record reflect that all three commissioners are present. First agenda item is consent approval with our County Administrator, Renetta McClure. Good morning, Renetta.
Good morning. We have no exonerations to approve this morning.
Wow.
Minutes for March 31st, 2021. Vouchers, General County Fund, $334,291.36. Magistrate Court, $259.20. 911, $2,010.84. Chestnut Ridge Park, $4,779.14. Mason-Dixon Park, $913.38. Assessor's valuation, $2,123. Purchasing card vouchers, General County Fund, $26,381.31. Coal severance, $744.15. Magistrate Court, $30.99. 911, $1,896.27. Chestnut Ridge Park, $201.82. Mason-Dixon Park, $462. Assessor's valuation, $148.02. For a voucher total of $374,241.48. Position vacancies for boards and authorities would be listed on our website. Fiduciary orders for April the 7th, 2021.
Do we have a motion to approve the items?
Second.
First and second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
We also have an update from your fiduciary commissioner, Beth LeBeau, on the James Hugh Wiley estate.
Apparently from reading the message, they're indicating that they needed another 30 days to reach an agreement, and they think that they're pretty close to the two parties reaching an agreement. So,
do we need to move to extend it for another 30 days?
Second.
okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 Okay, I'll let the fiduciary office know.
Okay, next item on the agenda is the introduction of new employees or personnel changes. MJ Zink.
She's not here. MJ's not here.
Okay.
But I do have a
can't see
letter.
half the people from the behind.
I do have a letter.
Okay, you want to read MJ's?
Yeah. Anastasia Jackson will be a part-time relief worker at the Youth Services Center. Part-time workers have a starting hourly wage of $10 an hour. Of course, she would not be eligible for benefits.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Welcome to Miss Jackson.
Mm-hmm. And the
Okay,
county clerk has the view.
Okay.
Okay. Kim.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Kim Rose, and I am on behalf of the County Clerk, Carrie Blaney. It is my pleasure to present to the County Commission the following new employees in the County Clerk's office. Melissa O'Connor and Brad Bodkin. Both have been hired full-time, and it's a non-exempt employee, and their starting date was April the 1st, 2021.
Okay. And these are replacements or to fill vacancies?
They are to fill vacancies.
Okay.
Great. Move to approve.
Second.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Welcome to the county.
All right.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next, we'll have comments from the public. We'll open the comments from the public portion of our meeting. Any member of the public wishing to be heard must raise their hand, come forward, and provide his or her name and address for the record. Do we have anybody that would like to speak in public comment session? Okay, seeing none, then close comment from the public session. Item 6 on the agenda is presentation, Myland Park Foundation. Myland Park. Good morning, Ron.
Good morning.
Thank you all for this opportunity to be here.
Ron, just for the record, announce your name.
I'm Ron Justice, president of Milam
You
Park
can take it off if you want to.
Park Foundation. And this morning, obviously, we appreciate everything that you all have done through COVID for us, because just like with everything else, it's been a very difficult time. And if you recall, back about we had opened the Aquatic Center for literally 2 months of full operation, and we went on the shutdown. And the same held true with all of our youth activities and sports. And more importantly, what we're going to talk about later this morning is your county building. We didn't even get to do the opening, but one of the shifts that we took immediately was we have to be here for the community, knowing that that would probably mean a financial hardship, but that's what we do. So we did a number of feeding programs where we distributed food from the facility. We served as a emergency staging area for Mon Power. We did everything from COVID testing to outdoor services for churches to camps where we could do them outdoors. We try to do everything and accommodate the public in a very good way, and knowing that, and Sean can attest to this, that when we went into it, even the limitations that we had to make on a very difficult decision and we chose to let's keep facilities open, but just the numbers showed that there would be a financial hardship and loss due to that. And certainly we appreciate all your support through that, and we'll continue to work out of that as we go. But the purpose of this meeting this morning, or this announcement this morning, is we started working prior to COVID on a new opportunity for Milam Park with a number of community funding partners to continue to enhance facilities. And this morning, I guess it's kind of twofold, because we're back here in person, and you know some of the folks associated with Milam Park, but I want to introduce to you, you know Jason Selznick. Jason has been here on the staff. Shay Shaddy is our new accountant and part of our administrative team. Terry Howes is our new executive director for the foundation.
If they just want to come up so the cameras can see who we're talking
and Jennifer
about.
Leonhart is our director of aquatics.
You need to stand beside Ron. That way they
That way the cameras can see you. Come on up.
Take away. I'm going to sit down and shut up. So with that, we've been very fortunate to continue to work through some planning. And again, we had to put this on hold for about 8 or 9 months. And Cliff Sutherland could not be here today. And I certainly want to say Cliff will be chairing this group, and he has driven the project, and he's our point of contact for what we're going to talk about. But with that said, also Cliff and Sean both serve on the Joomla Committee. And I just want to publicly say to Sean, as part of the Milam Park Foundation Board and chairing the Joomla Committee, point out his leadership through all this, because he can attest, he's been to a lot of meetings and it's been very difficult, but we're very fortunate to have Sean in the position he's in. So, Sean, we thank you for that. And I'm going to shut up and turn the actual presentation over to Terry and the staff. And I'd also like for Susan to come up, Susan Riddle. You all know Susan. She's our CVB director, another great partnership, and she's going to talk about this new opportunity and what it can mean to the community. So, Susan and Terry, if you want to just take it from here.
Susan?
Good morning, Terry.
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
If you guys don't mind, I take this off a little bit. I'm double vaccinated, so all good. And so one of the things that Ron mentioned several times, and that's the big thing that I want to hit on is, we are all excited, the staff, and with the support of the board and the fantastic people in our community and the partners in our community to make this happen. But the big thing, opportunity. Ron said it over and over again, the opportunity that this addition, which is basically we're doubling the size of the existing Hazel and J.W. Ruby Community Center. And, the focus is going to be, a lot of activity, sport-related activity, but it will also have the opportunity, we can have other events. And one of the big things, too, is help with the, economic development of our community with bringing
outside tournaments. I was a parent. I traveled, and this facility is going to rival anything that I ever went to with my daughters in traveling basketball. But we'll be able to house basketball, volleyball, pickleball. We really want to get that community back up and running in this area. It's got a footprint for 2 soccer, not fields, but soccer footprints. So we're really excited again about the opportunity, not only for bringing visitors to our area, but it's needed, and it's going to be so appreciated by our residents in North Central West Virginia. And so again, I thank our board for the opportunity to have this facility, and our staff. We're looking forward to getting the thing rolling. So, Susan.
Thanks, Commissioners. Good morning. Susan Rudolph with the Visit Mountain Air Country, CVB. This is, as everybody said, this is a really exciting time. Milan Park and all the development that's there is a shining example of what a community can do by multiple partners working together. The CVB works very closely with Milan. Jennifer knows, and everybody here, we constantly have emails going back and forth. Things are starting to get a pulse again. We have a lot of groups that are coming to the area. The press release that we all worked on to get, and I have a copy for Ben, if you haven't had one already. Always taking care of our media partners, of course. The expansion will have the capacity for 5 basketball courts, 5 volleyball courts, 2 indoor soccer footprints, as Terry said, or 15 pickleball courts. The spaces will provide for instruction, open recreation, camps, leagues, and tournaments, which will attract local, regional, and national interest. The new complex will also accommodate larger events in conjunction with the original building, which is what Terry had said. So we're excited to be part of this. We couldn't be set up for success in a better way, and that would not happen without your all support, as well as I know the Foundation's Board of Directors has worked for years and years and years and years. I'm kind of a new kid on the block compared to the people that have been there forever. No age comment there, Ron, of course. But this is wonderful, and we thank you. And this is kind of we had the Aquatic Center and the track facility. This is something that is on the radar, and we are promoting heavily, and it's working us to death already as far as trying to deal with the groups and the interest and whatnot. And it's a driver for the region, to be honest. We have groups that are coming to us now and are reaching out and saying, we'll fill that up, but we need more. And so we're working throughout the area. It's a great compliment, and they've worked with the bridge in Bridgeport. It's kind of bookends, and that's it's like a critical mass. So the more that things like that can happen, the better it is for all of us. And we are that hub, and we're glad to represent as the opportunity has presented. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Construction timeline.
Oh, sure. We're hoping that they're going to start digging next week, and we're getting ready to start to roll on this, and the build will start really with the digging and the I'm not sure of the terminology what that Ron uses, but it's the actual building itself getting into place. But we are looking at completion, substantial completion, and hopefully turnkey in April of '22. So, we're hoping to start lining up the tournaments, start getting the local community teams booked and in there. And that's one thing I will mention, Jason worked all through, the pandemic and trying to give opportunities when we could. But the appetite is so out there for the youth and the adults in our community to have a place to come and participate in recreational activities. So again, April 2022, we're looking at final completion.
I'd ask fellow commissioners for, if we could suspend.
Yeah, move to suspend the rules.
Conversation.
Second.
Second. Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you guys very much for coming here. Again, because you guys are in the back of the room, I want to make sure we introduce everybody properly. Jennifer Leonhart is the director of the ATC, the Aquatic and Track Center. Obviously, you all know Susan Riddle, and we all know Ron. Terry Howell, this is the first time I've met Terry. We've all talked a lot on the phone in conference calls, so I'm glad to meet you. Jason Selznick, who is anybody that works with Mylan Park, talks to Jason because he sets up the events and all that. So Jason's doing a wonderful job through all this pandemic. Shay, this is the first time I met you. We've talked on the phone. He's really have gotten the accounting and the books of Mylan Park really impeccable. So just where this organization, Mylan Park Foundation and Mylan Park as an entity, has come in the past 4 or 5 years is incredible. You've gone from, and you mentioned Cliff, Mark Nesselrode isn't here, but between Ron, Cliff, and Mark Nesselrode, what you guys have, you deserve a lot of credit for what you've done with this organization. It really is a jewel of this county, and 5 years ago it was done almost 90% volunteer. So all those years of Mylan Park has been basically run by volunteers managing the staff. So it really is incredible. It really is a nice story as far as what you guys have become and where you're at. And now with the crown jewel at the top of the hill with the Aquatic and Track Center, if we can get out of the pandemic and get more of the community up there, it just really is, really want to thank you all for everything you guys do every day. And you're right, even through the pandemic, you guys were pushing the envelope. We're talking to us, talking to health department, saying what we can do, because people needed to get out. They needed to get out and have activities. But your soccer fields, you made them available to people. It wasn't about making a profit. It was about having an area where people in the community could let off some steam. And our kids not being in school, they needed that. So I really sincerely thank all of you for all the work that you've done, and looking forward to working together in this new addition to the Ruby Center. Tom, you have anything?
Yeah, you may not know, Sean and Jeff, but Terry and I go back long ways, and I want to give it.
We won't hold it against you.
Yes, in fact, I really want to.
What happened?
It's a very positive.
Okay.
When back in 2012, with Oliver Luck, you were there when we first started the concept of coming up with community center, swimming pool, track, and I want the public to know that we would not have that track without Terry's support, because at one time, all the funding was heading towards just the Aquatic Center. And Terry, fortunately, and I'm very safe, stood out and supported what the county wanted, and we now have a first-class track facility. And I want to thank him, because that came out of the 2012. So I know if you're involved with this project, I know it's going to work, and I'm very excited. And the public needs to know that you were there back in the beginning of 2012 when it wasn't even kosher or good to even talk about these major projects. So I want to thank you, and I thank all the track, because that was something that was a little OCD of mine, to put it mildly.
Okay. And I do want to comment on Ron's got his post-COVID haircut. So that in itself is a sign that things are on the up. He was really starting to look a little ragged there with the long hair. But thanks, Ron. I really do appreciate you guys being here, and I'm looking forward to seeing success for this project.
We thank you guys, again, for this opportunity. So appreciate it.
And don't hold that against her.
Okay.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda, we have a proclamation for Fair Housing Month. Do we have anybody here to present that, Renetta, or is that just, okay?
Region 6 Planning and Development Council asked that the commission approve a resolution. I can read it for you if you'd like.
Please.
Okay, whereas equal opportunity in housing is a right guaranteed to all Americans under Title 8 of the Civil Rights Act of 1968, and whereas the National Fair Housing Law provides an opportunity for all Americans to rededicate themselves to the principle of free choice and to reacquaint themselves with the rights and responsibilities that are theirs under the law, and whereas implementation of the fair housing policy of West Virginia requires the positive commitment, involvement, and support of each and every one of our citizens, and whereas the Monongalia County Commission will provide leadership in the effort to make fair housing a right that can be realized by all of our citizens, and now therefore be it resolved that the Monongalia County Commission does hereby proclaim April 2021 as Fair Housing Month. The Monongalia County Commission urges all citizens to support and endorse the practice and policy of fair housing in their personal lives as well as their workday duties. Resolution approved and adopted by the County Commission at its regular meeting on the 7th day of April 2021. And we will post the flyer in the informational boards at both entrances.
Okay.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, proclamation passes. Next, Colleen Kuhn grants. Do you have anything? Everything, Colleen? Okay, the next item on the agenda is opening costs for proposals regarding RFP number 2021 MCC-001. I'm going to take the rare step of the president offering a motion to move this item to a future work session, and I'll explain once I have the motion in a second.
I'll move to
In a second.
So moved.
All right, we have a first and a second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, what I'm doing here is just to give everybody an update. The technical reviews were due last Thursday morning. The results were compiled thanks to help with Eric Carlson from the Morgantown Area Partnership. And the committee met on Monday to discuss them. What we needed to do was make sure that everybody had reviewed these proposals, and we had 10 of them. It was a lot of reading. I actually had put aside to do 2 of them a day, and I was 5 days out, and I was Wednesday night still trying to get through them. So they were very in-depth. We had 10 good proposals, all very good, so they were very hard to score. But we met to make sure that we were all on the same page. Now, there were some oversights that we had to correct, so the numbers had to be recalculated, so we're kind of off a step. But we do have the technical vows tallied. I'd like to present them to my fellow commissioners in a work session, and then at that point we'll know the competitive range, because we're only opening the cost proposals for those that are in competitive range. So we needed to, from a technical standpoint, so we needed to get to there and have my approval of of our fellow commissioners before we can open them. So we're going to, if again, what we anticipate doing is having that discussion, opening them, and then we will let everybody know the results at a later date. So, do you have any questions on that?
No.
Okay. All right, so we have a first and second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Okay, correspondence. Do you have any correspondence?
No, sir.
Unfinished business, we have none. Okay, first item on the new business agenda is consideration of decision on method of sale to purchase for current refund, or to pursue for current refunding of the Monongalia County Building Commission Lease Revenue Bond Series 2014A, which is in regards to the Monongalia County Justice Center, in order to achieve debt service savings. We tabled this from last week, so if I can get a motion and a second, then we can discuss what we're actually doing here.
Actually, move this.
First and second?
Please.
Okay, discussion. Renetta, do you want to give us an update on where we're at? We're meeting this afternoon,
Right.
but we're moving forward. I mean, what we're proposing to do is moving forward with a public financing, correct?
We may still be considering a private placement.
Okay.
They've reached out to Rob Steptoe with Cruz and Associates, worked on the deal originally in 2014. He is reaching out to relationships that he has with other banks.
Okay.
And I guess they had approached MBB, and Key Bank.
Okay.
And both of them have withdrawn, but he's got feelers out for some other banks. So it would be a faster process if you did a private placement, a longer process if you do a public offering. So we are going to be meeting via conference call with Tom Amon, your bond counsel, and the folks from Cruise at 3:30 to discuss what findings they have at this point.
Okay.
So I would suggest that you just table this again.
Okay. So if you want to adjust the motion. to
Yeah,
just
I'll move to amend that we table it until next week.
Okay.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the motion's tabled. Next, I want to take an item, I want to flip the item B and C on the agenda and take item C first. That is to consider for approval of the Monongalia County Commission taking a position of backup funding source for the Morgantown Industrial Park Water Extension Project. And if I get a
Move for approval.
second? Okay. So discussion, Renetta, would you read the letter from Russ Rogerson?
Sure. Dear Commissioner Sikora, the Monongalia County Development Authority is working with a company, codenamed Project Thanksgiving, to locate a significant manufacturing facility in the Morgantown Industrial Park. One of many important steps in achieving success in securing the company's investment and jobs is to extend water and sewer into the new section of MIP. The Morgantown Utility Board is applying for an EDA Public Works grant to assist the developer in offsetting the cost of extending water service to the company and the new section of MIP. The EDA Public Works grant requires a matching source be identified and that the funds be committed, available, and unencumbered before the application is considered for approval. This match will be covered by the MIP's proposed tax increment financing district if approved. The TIF application will have its public hearing date later this month, and approvals are anticipated in May 2021. The matching funds need to be secured prior to the anticipated approval of the TIF. In order to apply for the EDA funds in time to assist in landing this prospective company, we respectfully ask the Commission to commit $2 million to provide the necessary match for the EDA grant. Please know that the actual $2 million in matching funds will be paid for by the TIF bonds, if approved. If the TIF is not approved and those funds are not available, the MIP expansion and the company location will not happen, therefore releasing your matching commitment. Thank you for your consideration of this matter. Your assistance on the project is appreciated. Sincerely, Russell N. Rogerson.
So what we're doing is we will be a backstop for the $2 million to guarantee that it's provided, but it's unlikely that we will. It's unlikely that we will need to actually spend those dollars. So they just need the commitment. So the commitment is the letter. So we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. We good?
Yep.
Okay. Next item is item B.
Yeah, we'll do that.
To consider approval of a letter of support for the Morgantown Utility Board's application for the FY 2020 EDA Public Works and Economic Adjustment Assistance Programs. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay. Would you read the letter, please, Vanessa?
Okay, this letter is addressed to Mike McNulty, who's the general manager at MUB.
Okay.
As members of the Monongalia County Commission, we would like to offer a letter of support for your application to the FY 2020 EDA Public Works and Economic Adjustment Assistance Grant Program regarding the Morgantown Utility Board's Mountaintop Beverage Water Extension Project. The County Commission is very appreciative that the Morgantown Utility Board is assisting the developer by applying for different sources of funding to provide the improvements that are necessary for the requirements of the site. The proposed construction of a 700-gallon per minute pump station and water storage tank with capacity of 1.3 million gallons will ensure that the site has the infrastructure needed to meet the demands of this exciting economic development project. The Commission is very committed to this project, so much that we have stepped up to provide $2 million in available and unencumbered matching funds if needed to ensure the success of the overall project. If you have any questions regarding this letter, please feel free to contact our office.
Okay. So we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Any other new business?
No.
Okay. Third, Reports from elected officials and/or department supervisors. We have- Okay. Doesn't look like we have any. Reports from county commissioners. Jeff?
Just that we're embarking on what seems to be a recurring alarming trend in COVID spike cases again. Our hospitalizations statewide are up to nearly 300, whereas a month and a half ago we were under 100. So just to more informative, the vaccination appointments are available now for anyone over 16. So please, if you've not gotten your vaccine, call and schedule it. Let's get everybody shots in arms so we can get through this, as we alluded to earlier, and continue these silly little encumbrances on our face that are so important. Keep wearing your mask and wash your hands, and hopefully we can put this behind us.
Tom?
Yeah, two issues. One, again, it's been announced tomorrow at 3:30, Senator Manchin is coming here to discuss the stimulus bill and also how it will affect Mon, Marion, and Preston County. The Monongalia County Commissioners have reached out to those counties and to other individuals in the counties to come hear Senator Manchin, but also to ask specific questions. And I want to give kudos to Senator Manchin, because one of the things that the commission have requested is that the funds go directly to the cities and the counties. And this is the first time ever that we will be able to direct the funds to areas of need that we believe following the rules and guidelines. So I'm really pleased about that. And in fact, I just got another phone call. It seems as that this is making national news. CNN is coming here, and they have requested a room to meet with him and also to cover the meeting. And I really appreciate that he has chosen Mon County to do that. The second part of that is, and I'm glad Mylan Park is here, because ironically, out of that, we received yesterday, and I thought was fake, but it's true, U.S. News producer for TV3, the main broadcaster from Barcelona, Spain, out of Washington, D.C., contacted Senator Manchin's office and wanted a community that was growing and successful and dealing with COVID situation. And they have contacted us, and they are planning to come here with a reporter, videographer, and someone else to come and visit the area and take pictures and film. And I am hoping that we will be talking with you all to show what we've done. And this is a perfect example of surviving. So I just wanted you aware, I'm talking with Russ Rogers, and so you and Eric will be doing this, but we're very thrilled that they have chosen us, so that's really important. The other thing is, as Jeff said about the spike, we received a call yesterday from WVU Hospitals, and since we've been working with Greene County Commissioners, this is unique. They have contacted us and said that any resident in Greene County or Fayette County that does come over here and is a patient of WVU Hospital can now contact WVU Hospital out of Pennsylvania here and get their vaccine set up. They also will allow anyone who's a family member. This is great news for Pennsylvania that seems to be way behind West Virginia. So it's just one more thing with the working relationships and regional that we are able to help. Greene County announced it yesterday, but I wanted the public to know that that's the kind of working relationships, whether it's regional economic or this kind of medical, we're able to work together, and I'm very excited about that.
Tom, I just want to correct that one thing. What they're making available, anybody that's a patient at Mon Health or Ruby.
I apologize.
Anyone that's a patient at either of the hospitals can go to the www.vaccinate.org site and sign up for vaccination, and they'll do the vaccination at the Sears Center. So it's anybody. It doesn't matter where they live. They could live in Ohio. If they're a patient here, they want to get vaccinated. They can go ahead and put an appointment down, and they'll serve them here.
Thank you.
So I just want to make sure I clarified that. Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. Since the last meeting, last Thursday was our MMPO meeting, which was a very good meeting. And Ben, thank you for the article in the paper that hopefully is moving that project forward. This weekend was the Easter weekend. I hope all of our employees had a safe and Easter weekend with their family. Monday, we had our Partnership Executive Committee meeting, and as I mentioned earlier, we had our Broadband Initiative Shortlist meeting. Yesterday, I had a Joomla call in the morning, which is the Joint Use Management Agreement that manages the Aquatic and Track Center. And then I had a short call with Eric and Andrew to discuss the broadband tech eval. So we've been working on that nonstop for the past 3 days. Today we had our Greene County call, but since we met with our congressional representatives about a week and a half ago, they must have figured that we didn't have the call. So we'll be back on schedule a month from now. Today's a regular day. Tomorrow I have my Red Team meeting and Development Authority meeting. On Friday I have a meeting with Don Robinson in the morning, president of Mon Valley Bank. We have our staff reports. I will be getting my second shot on Friday, and I encourage everybody that hasn't been vaccinated yet to sign up and get vaccinated. They're getting to the point where they have more vaccines than they have arms to put them in, so that's a good thing, but we need to just keep pushing and get those last couple people vaccinated. And then in the afternoon, we may have a broadband call. I'm not sure whether we'll have that or not, depending on how the rest of the week goes. In general, I was going to bring up also that thing. So the Sears Center can handle anybody that's a local patient. So it doesn't matter what state you live in or whatever. So please sign up and get vaccinated, and hopefully we'll keep moving to get out of this pandemic. Having said that, I don't have anything else. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we're adjourned.